Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our special edition of the Literary Stage. Today, we'll delve into the world of William Shakespeare's timeless tragedy, Hamlet. Joining us are two esteemed guests who have had their own unique encounters with this legendary play. We will explore and demonstrate a sorrowful and insightful understanding of Shakespeare's Hamlet on motives, characters, and themes. So, without further ado, let's dive into the world of Hamlet. Our first guest is a renowned scholar of Shakespearean literature, Dr. Gracie Wu. Welcome, Dr. Gracie.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Dr. Gracie, when was your first time reading Hamlet?
Well, my first encounter with Hamlet was during my middle school years. It was a required reading for my English class, and I remember being both intimidated and intrigued by the play.
Fascinating. And what were your initial reflections about this iconic tragedy?
Well, upon my first reading, I was captivated by the complex characters, the philosophical themes, and the timeless exploration of human nature. Hamlet's struggle with indecision and the weight of revenge resonated deeply with me. It made me ponder the intricacies of moralities and the consequences of our actions.
Thank you, Dr. Gracie. Joining us next is the talented actress, Miss Fan Ziting. Welcome, Miss Fan.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Miss Fan, as an actress who had performed in stage plays of Hamlet, how do you bring the character of Hamlet?
Well, Hamlet's a character of great depth and tragedy. To portray him, I delve into his emotional journey, his descent into madness, and the societal pressures he faces. I strive to bring out his vulnerability, innocence, and the heartbreaking consequences of his circumstance.
Thank you, Miss Fan. Now, for our audience who might not be familiar with Hamlet, could you provide us with a brief summary of the play?
Certainly, Hamlet tells the story of Prince Hamlet, who seeks revenge for his father's murder. Hamlet's father was murdered by his own brother Claudius, who then married Hamlet's mother Gertrude. Confused and frustrated by these events, Hamlet seeks help from his father's ghost, who tells him to avenge his father's death. Through a series of machinations, Hamlet attempts to uncover the truth about his father's murder, which results in the deaths of several characters, including Hamlet himself. The play explores themes of love, loss, betrayal, and revenge.
Thank you, Miss Fan, for that concise summary. Now, let's delve deeper into the characters and the themes of the play. But before we do, I'd like to pose a question to both of these esteemed guests. What are Shakespeare's motives in creating Hamlet?
Well, that's an excellent question. Indeed, Shakespeare's motives in Hamlet are multi-layered, but some key themes stand out. One of them is the exploration of revenge and its consequences. The play delves into the moral complexities of seeking vengeance and the toll it takes on the human psyche.
Absolutely, Dr. Gracie. Another motive that Shakespeare employs is the examination of the human condition. Hamlet's soliloquies, in particular, delve into existential questions, the nature of life and death, and the struggles of human existence. The play also touches upon themes of deceit, madness, and the corrupting influence of power.
Thank you both for your insightful responses. It's fascinating to see the depth and richness of Shakespeare's motives in Hamlet. And now, let us take a break and listen to the music that's submitted by our listeners. Hey guys, welcome back to the Literary Stage. In our ongoing exploration of Shakespeare's Hamlet, let's now delve into the play by examining some quotes that portrays the characteristics of different characters. I will read the quotes, and then I would love to hear our guests' analysis. The first one, to be or not to be, that is the question, by Hamlet. This iconic quote from Hamlet's soliloquy highlights his contemplative nature and his existential crisis. Dr. Gracie, what are your thoughts on this quote?
Well, this quote epitomizes Hamlet's internal struggle and his contemplation of life's purpose. It shows his indecisiveness and his constant questioning of whether it is better to endure the hardship of life or to escape its troubles through death. And I think it also reflects Hamlet's introspective and philosophical nature.
Thank you, Dr. Gracie. Thank you for that analysis. Miss Fan, as an actress who had portrayed Hamlet, how do you approach this famous soliloquy?
Well, when tackling this soliloquy, I aim to capture the essence of Hamlet's inner turmoil. I emphasize the conflicting emotions he experiences, the weight of his decision, and the profound questions he poses to himself and the audience. It's a powerful moment that showcases Hamlet's complexity and vulnerability.
Thank you for sharing your insights, Miss Fan. Let's move on to the next quote. Number 2. Brevity is the soul of wit, by Polonius. Polonius delivers this line, emphasizing the value of concise and clever expressions. Miss Fan, how does this quote contribute to our understanding of Polonius' character?
This quote highlights Polonius' desire to be seen as wise and witty. He believes that brevity, or the ability to express oneself concisely, is a mark of intelligence and cleverness. It showcases Polonius' inclination to offer advice and guidance in a concise manner, even if it comes across as slightly pompous.
Thank you, Miss Fan, for your analysis. Dr. Gracie, any additional thoughts on this quote?
Sure. Well, I agree with Ms. Fan. Well, this quote reveals Polonius' tendency to prioritize appearances and his desire to be perceived as a person of wit and intellect. And I think it also adds a touch of irony, since Polonius tends to ramble on his speeches and contradicting the brevity he extols.
Fascinating insights from both of you. Thank you for your analysis for these quotes, shedding light on the characteristics of different characters in Hamlet. Hi audience, we are continuing our exploration of Shakespeare's Hamlet. In addition to discussing the characters and their quotes, we also want to take a moment to hear from the audience. We have selected a few comments from people who have watched the play. We'll be discussing their thoughts on the themes of Hamlet. Let's begin. So the first comment, Gracie.
Okay, so the first comment is from Emily from New York. The theme of revenge in Hamlet is both captivating and thought-provoking. It raises questions about the consequences of seeking vengeance and the moral dilemmas associated with it.
Thank you. Emily from New York beautifully captures the essence of the theme of revenge in Hamlet. Dr. Gracie, what are your thoughts on this comment?
Emily's comment aligns perfectly with the central theme of the play. Well, Hamlet's quest for revenge and the moral complexities it presents are indeed captivating and thought-provoking. And the play explores the consequences of revenge, the moral dilemmas faced by the characters, and the toll it takes on their lives. So it's a theme that resonates with audience, even today.
Thank you, Dr. Gracie. Miss Fan, as someone who has portrayed Hamlet on stage, what are your insights on the themes of revenge?
Well, revenge is a powerful theme in Hamlet, and it drives the actions of many characters. As an actress, I strive to convey the internal struggle Hamlet faces as he seeks revenge for his father's murder. The play raises important questions about justice, morality, and the consequences of revenge, allowing the audience to reflect on these complex themes.
Thank you, Miss Fan. For sharing your perspective, let's move on to the next comment.
So comment 2 is from Michael from London. The theme of madness in Hamlet is intriguing. It explores the thin line between sanity and insanity, and how it can be manipulated for personal gain.
Thank you. Michael from London brings up the themes of madness in Hamlet. Dr. Gracie, what do you make of this comment?
Well, Michael's comment captures the intrigue surrounding of the theme of madness in the play. Hamlet's feigned madness and the genuine madness of other characters raise questions about the fragility of the human mind and the potential for manipulation. The play also examines the blurred boundaries between sanity and insanity, challenging the audience to question the authenticity of the characters' actions and motives.
Thank you, Dr. Gracie. Ms. Fan, how do you approach the portrayal of madness as an actress?
Portraying madness in Hamlet is a delicate task. I aim to capture the complexity of Hamlet's feigned madness, highlighting the moments of lucidity and the moments of apparent insanity. It's a fascinating exploration of the human psyche and the lengths one can go to achieve their goals. The theme of madness adds layers of intrigue and unpredictability to the play.
Thank you, Ms. Fan, for sharing your insights. Let's move on to our final comment.
So the third comment is from Sarah from Los Angeles. The theme of mortality in Hamlet is hauntingly beautiful. It forces us to confront our own mortality and reflect on the transient nature of life.
Thank you, Gracie. Sarah from Los Angeles beautifully captures the haunting beauty of the theme of mortality in Hamlet. Dr. Gracie, what are your thoughts on this comment?
Sarah's comments resonate deeply with the profound exploration of mortality in the play. Hamlet's contemplation of life and death, the famous to be or not to be soliloquy, and those frequent references to decay and the inevitability of death all contribute to the haunting beauty of the theme. It encourages the audience to reflect on their own mortality and the transient nature of life. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Gracie. Ms. Fan, how does the theme of mortality impact your portrayal of Hamlet?
The theme of mortality brings a sense of urgency and depth to my portrayal of Hamlet. Well, it reminds me to emphasize the character's introspection and his grappling with the existential questions of life and death. It's a theme that adds a layer of melancholy and introspection to the play, making it even more poignant.
Thank you, Ms. Fan, for your insights. And thank you to all the audience members who shared their comments on the themes of Hamlet. Your perspectives enrich our understanding of this timeless play. And that concludes our discussion on Shakespeare's Hamlet. We've explored the characters, their quotes, and most importantly, the themes that make this play so enduring. I want to express my gratitude to our esteemed guests, Dr. Gracie Wu and Ms. Fan Ziting, for their valuable insights and perspectives. Your expertise has truly enriched our understanding of Hamlet.
Well, thank you again for having me. It has been a pleasure to delve into the depths of Hamlet's themes and unravel of the complexities of Shakespeare's masterpiece.
Yeah, it was an honor to be here and share my experiences as an actress portraying Hamlet. This play continues to captivate audiences with its timeless themes and profound characters.
Absolutely, Ms. Fan. Hamlet's themes of revenge, madness, and mortality continue to resonate with audience throughout the centuries. It's a testament to enduring power of Shakespeare's writing. As we conclude today's episode, I encourage everyone to continue exploring the world of literature and to engage in discussion that broaden our perspectives. Remember, the beauty of literature lies in its ability to connect us across time and space, inviting us to reflect on the universal themes of human experience. Thank you all for joining us on Literary Stage. Until next time, keep reading, keep learning, and keep embracing the magic of words. Goodbye and take care.